What is up, guys? Welcome back. We are back here in the garage. As you see, the car behind me, the Integra with the GSR swap. It's not gone yet. And I was really hoping that I was gonna make some progress, have it done, and then we can just get on Narina's car or have something new. I know you guys are probably tired of seeing the same projects, but let me explain to you kind of what's going on. Because this is a GSR swap in a 94 LS Integra, it doesn't have VTEC, it doesn't have the knock sensor in the proper location, and therefore we have to rewire a couple of the sensors. So the VTEC solenoid sensor, I am starting to put the one wire on and it goes into the cabin. I'll show you that in just a second. And then there is the pressure switch. I started to have the pressure switch already wired in, and then it was too brittle and it broke off on the connector. So I had to get a new connector. It was actually broken flush mount right here. But now that we have the new one, I'll be able to actually wire this in. It's just two wires. One will be the blue one goes to the ECU, and then the black one, this one on this is a black with a brown with a black stripe, but the black will go to the, you can see the bolt right here is actually a ground, so we have to ground out the pressure sensor. But we're gonna wire that in real quick. And then the last thing is the knock sensor. The knock sensor is underneath the intake manifold. And because we're using a Skunk 2 intake manifold, we aren't using the GSR one that has the secondary butterflies. I forgot what they're called. It's like IAB intake. I don't know. I don't remember, but it's not a big deal. We're gonna use the Skunk 2 intake, the single, and then we're gonna wire in the, who's out here? Oh, look who's making a debut. Say hi, Landon.
There he is. He's awake.
He is awake. Daddy out here working on the hot.
He'll be out here soon.
Yeah. Let's hope not. But so anyway, so we're gonna run the wire that goes from the knock sensor underneath, and it'll come in here. And I know it looks like a mess, but you can see that I have pigtails. Two of them already taken care of with the VTEC pressure sensor, and the VTEC solenoid are already wired in. I just took, actually, because this is going to be a K series, I actually took the little pigtails that come off the connector for the ECU down on the bottom and just clipped them, because the little pins that go in there are different sizes for the different connectors. There's the A one, which is the big connector, B is the center one, and then the D connector is the far right one. It's like the medium size one. And because the pins are different, I wanted to make sure everything fit factory, and so I put it in there, cut extra wire, and then I'm just running my own wire splicing in, so that way all of this will be wrapped up, ran properly, and work like a factory car. So first things first, let's get this thing wired up, put on here, and then clean up the interior. Making good progress on the sensor. I have the wiring is all ran, and I have the single wire for the solenoid is ran. Now I'm going to tape these together. I'm going to put a nice loom on it, hide it so you can't see it. You can see the ground over there on top of the thermostat housing is all set, and then the wires that go into the firewall. The last one I need to do is just cut the knock sensor under here, run the wire in there, run it to that last pigtail that I showed you, and we should be done with the wiring. Everything should run like factory, and yeah, maybe we're gonna be able to even take it out and drive it, so fingers crossed. And I think that's a wrap. I have everything kind of tucked, pushed away, can't really see it. I have the new wire loom there. You can see it's pretty much the only one. It just runs straight into there. Not a whole lot I can do about it, but let's put the jumper cable on this and start this thing and take it for a test drive. Key still on the ignition. No. This thing's gonna kill me. Over. There it is. so I didn't get a chance to drive this thing before, so I don't know what other bugs this thing has or any weird stuff. Drive it around a little bit more and see. This thing has a weird, yeah, like I said, there's constant bugs that are coming up with this car, so I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to make this right. I think the VTEC was working though. Oh, it's like a limp mode. All right, I need to figure this thing out. It's like sputtering out, acting really weird. So I have a little bit more work ahead of me for sure. If it ain't one thing, it's another. You know, it just occurred to me, because I've had to jump this battery so many times that it's like pretty much dead. I think I'm gonna put a voltmeter on it real quick, especially after just driving it, and see, maybe it's acting weird because I don't even have enough battery voltage. So we're gonna do that first. All right, so yeah, I just grabbed this real quick and you can see the voltage on this battery is 7 volts. So I'm sure it was even struggling with that. Dude has a new battery that he's gonna bring here, and so it might not even be that there's any issue wiring wise because the voltage is so low. I'm surprised it was even staying on, and me trying to get on it probably just was causing it to almost die out. So we're gonna change the battery first before we go into any other issues, any other problems, any other digging, and go from there. But at least I know all the wiring stuff is done as far as I know. And I mean, the car is almost ready to go home to the owner. He does want me to look at the headlight stuff, but I want to make sure that this stuff is running, you know, A1 before we get into any other problems. But since we have cleared out the garage, I think it is time for the long overdue awaited blue 350Z, Narina Z. I actually have to take the engine apart, take it back out, or at least get the cylinder heads off, and we are gonna do a full rebuild on it. I got a factory Nissan kit. It is this kit, AO101. It is pretty much the whole top end rebuild. It has new gaskets, new head gaskets, even new intake manifold gasket, and then all the seals. It even came with valve stem seals. We're not going to be doing this. I am going to bring it to the machine shop when I get the heads milled in case we need to do that. However, we have a whole gasket kit. You can see all of the stuff for the top end. So we're gonna pull that car in and we're gonna get started taking that thing apart, and we're gonna get onto some Z content because I want that car running. I want her to be able to come pick it up, drive it, and I know she's been itching to drift. So Narina, it's coming, I promise. So just got done playing musical cars. Put the blue car up here. I put the girl's car here. Those cars are like progress in motion cars, and then I just have the truck. So I'm stoked to get started on this because it's been a long time coming, and like I said, I got to pull the heads off, I got to reseal, I got to do a bunch of things to this because after all the tests, all the problems, all the issues that we've had, we've come to the conclusion that the head gasket, probably on the passenger side, because we've had this on multiple occasions, that it barely starts to leak, but it leaks enough into the cylinder that it causes a weird idle. And so when you're on it, it's fine. And then it'll start to bog out if it builds up enough pressure. But once it goes down and you stop to, 1500 RPMs, it starts like acting really weird. So we've changed harness, we've changed water pump, we've done oil gallery gaskets, we've done new sensors, we did, literally everything except head gaskets on this. So this is the next project. We're gonna get started on this today, start pulling this apart and getting it ready that we can take the cylinder heads down to be machined, put all the new gaskets on it, and get this thing going. That being said, before we rip that apart, we need to go in here and...
Over here taking a break.
Daddy duty.
Daddy duty.
It's cool. Well, I'm heating him up because it's so damn hot outside.
You guys are little heaters.
Yep.
Got Penny.
This is the new lunchtime. It's not me eating, it's him eating.
Good job, guys.
All right, now that we have finished our break, let's tear this thing apart. As you can see, we're making great timing on this, pulling the front end off. And I have to get the cylinder heads off, which means I have to take off all the stuff on the front, all the timing cover stuff. I have to take the pan off because I have to get to the 2 bolts that go into the front timing cover. I have to take the rear timing cover off, all in order to get to the bolts and the stuff that goes through the head this way into the rear timing cover. I have to take off the... Man, maybe I should just pull this motor. You know what, no, I think I really want to try it with it in the car. I am pulling the intake manifold off. I am pulling off a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to take off the harness and I'm going to fold it back, try and make as much room as possible. See, because I've never taken the heads off of an engine inside the car, it's going to be a learning process for both of us. So I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, we're going to keep on going, take some of this stuff off. The sun is coming very quickly where we're going to be roasting here pretty soon. So I'm going to try and get as much done as I can right now. Might come back to it later tonight, but you guys are pretty much watching this whole progression today. So yeah, I'm at least feeling accomplished in what I'm getting done. The wiring on the Integra is done. This is done. And then at the end of the video, I am going to announce everything about the giveaway for the LS Dexter Z. And yeah, it's going to be starting soon, but I'll fill you guys in just a minute on that. All right, and the engine now is pretty bare in the front. I do have to take out the 2 bolts here and the pan, and then we'll be able to pull the front cover off, start taking the timing off, and start taking the rear off to get to the cylinder heads. But that is going to call it for today because it is getting hot. We have some errands to run. We got the baby inside. He's finally napping, so I can actually take care of some stuff during the day. And yeah. So, as many of you guys have commented on YouTube and on my Instagram, the LSZ, the Dexter Z, the LS350Z is now live. If you guys are watching this video, it is Wednesday. We are starting the giveaway. If you look down in the comments section, I have everything listed on how you can enter, where to send it. And if you guys have any questions, please DM me on my Instagram at The Crooked King. I'll leave it right here. And yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be keeping this open for. I have a set number amount that I want to be able to make on this, and that's because it is going to fund future projects and this new sick project. I can't wait to show you guys. I already have it in mind, I already have it in the works, but it's time to pass the torch. Some lucky winner is going to win. Super reliable, super sick. I wish I could say it was perfectly clean, but if y'all have been following me for a long time, you know about the Twinkie paint job and all of the trials and tribulations this thing has gone through. But super solid car, a lot of goodies on it. I can't wait to share the experience with somebody that actually gets to win this car. I am going to be dropping another video this week. It's going to be literally going over the car. I think I'm going to take it out, drive it around, show you all of the cool things with this car, what's involved with it, maybe throw up some old videos so you guys can see it in action. If you guys have been following me, you guys have definitely seen it in action. And yeah, pretty much everywhere, every way that it has come from. I don't know if that even makes sense, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah, Dexter Z live giveaway, and good luck to everybody. But we're gonna wrap it up right now. I think I'm gonna go inside now, like I just said, and get washed up so we can get up out of here and take care of those errands. But I look forward to seeing you in the next video. We're gonna continue on this. I'm probably gonna continue it tomorrow, so look out for the upload. I'm trying to be more consistent, as I've told you guys, every couple of days, every Wednesday and Sunday at least. And yeah, so with that being said, I hope your families have been well. I hope you've been well, and I will see you in the next video. Much love. Peace.